Hey everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. And I just came in because I just got done watching the Immortal life of Henrietta Lacks. And y'all, I'm not here to really do a review of the movie. It's the movie that Oprah Winfrey starred in, and it was about the life or the death of Henrietta Lacks and how Johns Hopkins Hospital had taken her cells from her body when she went in to be treated for cervical cancer, and how her cells were basically harvested and used in, scientific experiments that have since helped cure and treat thousands, if not millions, of people across the globe. And the reason why I wanted to do this review is because after watching that movie, you realize how much we as African Americans have contributed to not only this country, but to the world, and how we don't get credit for any of that. In this movie, they talked about how back in the day they had experimented on those black men that had syphilis, and they didn't give those men treatment, and they just wanted to see how the body reacts when untreated for syphilis, and a lot of those men died. This thing with them experimenting on us, back in the day, it's heartbreaking, y'all. It's heartbreaking because here was this woman going to the hospital to be treated for cancer, and unbeknownst to her, they took her cells and harvested them and benefited monetarily from something that they took from this woman's body without her permission. And the movie was deep, and it made you really think about how there's this thing going around saying that a lot of black people are missing, and it's because people are harvesting cells and organs and all that stuff. After watching this movie, y'all, I don't know, it makes you wonder. It really makes you wonder because we know that, back in the day, they experimented on our bodies because, they wouldn't experiment on their own, but they used us as human guinea pigs. And the thought of that now, it just, wow, y'all. This movie really made you think. Now, like I said, I didn't want to do like a blow-by-blow review of the movie. I'll just say this, that I think Oprah with this project did a good job. And the reason why I say that is because it brought, like a national awareness to what was done to Henrietta Lacks, and how Johns Hopkins Hospital benefited, and her family didn't get anything. I mean, her cells are still being used today. Her cells will be used until the end of time. Johns Hopkins owns them. And the sad part about it is at the end of the movie, they told you that when you go in like for some type of treatment, that the doctors and the hospitals don't have to ask your permission to take tissue from you and do like experiments on it. And that was eye-opening. you know that was eye-opening. And it also broke my heart in the movie. There was a part in the movie where after this woman had died, they even were going to her children and telling them that they wanted to test them to see if they had the same cancerous cells in their body that their mother who had died. But the reason why I believe they were checking them is because they wanted to see, I guess, maybe if, the same cells that were in their mother's body was in theirs. They kept coming back to the kids getting blood, and it was sad, y'all. it's sad. If the movie is not real long, it's about an hour and a half long, and it's a movie that you should watch because once again they have used our bodies for something or abused our bodies in some way. But in this instance, Henrietta Lacks, her cells were so phenomenal and so strong and so different than anything that they had ever seen that this woman, this one woman, her cells have helped and continue to help people who have diseases and that just shows you the strength of the blood that runs through our veins, that thick, rich African blood. You know, they're always talking negatively about blacks in Africa and all that. But if our blood was so inferior, if our bodies, if the very essence of who we are is so inferior, then why? Why were they always testing us and using us as human guinea pigs? I think what it was is they were like trying to crack the code of what made us physically superior, you know? It's I just tell y'all this movie really made me think about, you know, all the stuff that has been done to our people. You know, it just I don't know. Even and then after I got done watching the movie, I was just sitting here for a second and thinking about those poor men back in the day they did those syphilis experiments on them. And you know, I was thinking about the pain that those men probably went through. And there was a cure out there. You know, penicillin was the cure, and they refused to give it to them because they wanted to see, you know, how it affected them if it was untreated. And, you know, I remember stories that like my grandparents told and about, you know, certain things and how they were kind of afraid and superstitious of going to the hospital because of stuff like this. And now you understand why. Because this is why I believe that a lot of older people, you know, they're very leery of doctors. Older black people, they're very leery. And you know, they'll say I went in for this and when I came out, you know, I was experiencing this. I think that they have a genuine suspicion of medicine, and maybe it's because back in their day they knew all this stuff was going on and they were afraid, you know? They were afraid. Y'all, I don't want to go on and on about the movie. Just watch it, you know, just take about an hour and a half of your life and watch it because it makes you really think about just how superior we're not what they say we are. Our bodies are amazing. You know, like I said, it's that rich African blood. They try to make it seem like it's something inferior about us, but those African roots that are in our blood that that is our makeup, something about it must be special because this woman's cells, Miss Henrietta Lacks, the immortal Henrietta Lacks, let me say her name correctly, has, you know, they took her cells back in the 50s and they're still using them. And they put those cells all across the world and help to treat people for other illnesses. So that just tells us how special our bodies are. And with that, y'all, I'm going to get on out of here. I just wanted to see if anyone else had watched the movie and find out what your thoughts on it were. As always, y'all, thanks for watching my video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.